Hey guys, so today we're going to take a look at the Onix XM2. This is a portable music player or digital audio player by Shanling, actually. So I know it says Onix right here, but that's because the Chinese company Shanling, which makes digital audio players and earbuds and everything, they licensed this name from the UK audio company Onix. And there's a kind of a complicated history regarding that, I think. You guys can kind of look that up if you're interested. But yeah, let's just say that basically Shanling is allowed to use the Onix name, which is an obscure British high-end audio brand, I would say. But nowadays, because it's being used by Shanling, I think more people know about it. This is their newest digital audio player. They already made the XM5, which is their first Onix digital audio player, and the XM10, which is kind of like almost like a smartphone-like DAP. And I was kind of interested in both the XM5 and XM10. Those are a bit more expensive, of course. But I didn't quite bite the bullet and get an Onix until the XM2, which was just released. They just announced it like a few weeks ago, actually. And this is the smallest and most affordable Onix digital audio player. Retailed for this retails for about maybe just a little bit north of $400 US, I think. But yeah, I got mine kind of at a discount, $400 and includes a free case. So mine actually shipped with a free case as well. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I'll give you guys a spec rundown of this thing. So the platform is Onix X2000. This is used for a lot of these more affordable digital audio players, I think. Like a lot of the sub $500 digital audio players made by Shanling and KN and Hibby, a lot of other companies, they use this processor. It's got an in-house operating system, so it's like a custom Linux, I'm guessing, so it does not use Android. It's got a 3-inch OLED touchscreen, 720p. That's really appreciated because a lot of modern DAPs don't come with OLED displays anymore. They used to back in the day, by the way. They don't anymore these days. So yeah, Onix still comes with OLED touchscreens, which is good. Yeah, supports LDAC, aptX HD for Bluetooth. I think it should be like Bluetooth 5.2. And the power is pretty interesting because it has 200 watts on the unbalanced and 800 watts on the balanced, which makes this kind of a pocket rocket, I'm guessing. So 800 watts is quite a bit of power, especially for something this small. So that's pretty impressive. Above all, the DAC is pretty interesting because it uses a new Cirrus Logic DAC. It's called the CS4308P. It's a next generation 8-channel DAC. That's pretty interesting. I don't think any other digital audio player on the market is using that DAC right now. This is a pretty new DAC by Cirrus Logic, the 4308P. It should be pretty interesting. But yeah, this one tells you on the back the CPU, Onix X2000, DAC CS4308 with FPGA, 3000 milliamp hour battery, which lasts about 8 hours, I'm guessing, which is not that long, but I mean, you got to consider it is a small player with a lot of power, and it's got a 3-inch 720 by 720 display, so it's a perfectly square display, a 1:1 aspect ratio, and it did come with this free case as well, this free leather case. So yeah, the actual company that Onix is under is called Onix Electronics UK. They have their own website, by the way, which kind of says some bad things about Shanling, so it's a little bit confusing. But as far as I know, they are letting Shanling license their name. So anyways, yes, Onix Electronics does make their own amplifiers, but yeah, Shanling is under license to make like digital audio players under that brand, I guess. But the actual company is Shanling, and it's made in China. Let's take a look at what's in the box. Okay. Ooh, Onix. This is my first Onix digital audio player. Okay. Yeah, I've always been interested in the XM5 and XM10, but yeah, the XM2, being as small and powerful as it is, this one really gets me. Ooh, look at that. That looks really clean looking, really nice and cute. Okay, let's take a look at what you get first. So accessories, okay. So yeah, you get some screen protectors, you get the product warranty card right here, and you got the quick start guide, I guess, which yeah, there should be some basic controls on the DAP. It shouldn't be hard to use. There should be just some physical controls that you see there, right? Power on, screen locking, screen rotation. Oh, you can change the rotation of the screen. Custom function button, you can actually have you have a button that can kind of do many things there. So you can set the button function there. You got previous, next, play, pause, volume control, charging, micro SD, headphone output, USB port. Yeah, and you can double as a USB DAC, of course, just like most apps can do. Firmware update can do over the air, so it does have Wi-Fi. You can update the player. And yeah, it has aptX HD and LDAC as well. So yeah, okay. Anyways, should be pretty self-explanatory there. Okay, accessories. I think it should be just the USB cable, I'm guessing. Okay, yeah, you get USB-A to USB-C as expected. So yeah, just a standard USB-C cable there. Okay, well, what about the leather case? We can take a look at the leather case too, which came as a nice little extra when I bought it. I'm not sure if this might be sold separately originally. Okay. Ooh, okay, that looks nice. Yeah. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice actually. Okay. Yep, so it comes with this nice leather case right here. I think they might sell this separately, but I got it for free as part of my bundle here. It says Takata on the back. They all have some names for their Onix players. I think the XM5 is called the Overture, and XM10 is called the Waltz. I'm not sure why they add these names to it. Some kind of music-related name. And the XM2 is called Takata. That's this nickname, I guess. Yeah, let's take a look at the player. Yeah, it's really really small. It fits really nicely within my hand. I do like the size of the XM2. That's one of the main reasons why I kind of jumped for this when I saw it. That and the OLED screen, the small size and the power that you get out of this, the 800 milliwatts, combined with the 3-inch OLED display, like that's all very enticing for me. So yeah, this is a 3-inch 720 by 720 display OLED, which is really nice. You get the previous button, next button, and play pause right here. You got the function button, which can be mapped to a lot of things. You got your volume dial right here, which is it's okay. It's not like really clicky or anything like that. Has decent texture on it. It's okay. Yeah, definitely not like Astel and Current style watch crown dial or anything, but it's workable, very usable. Yep, and here's the output. So you got the 3.5, and of course you got the 4.4 as well, the balanced. And on the bottom here, or actually on top here, I should say. Yeah, I'm used to the dial being on top when it comes to digital audio players, but Onix has it on the bottom. And I'm used to USB-C being on the bottom, so yeah, it has USB-C on the top here for charging, and data, of course. Micro SD for your songs. I'm actually not sure if this comes with built-in storage. Maybe it doesn't actually. Maybe you have to use the micro SD card slot. And nothing on the sides. And then on the back here, it says XM2, Onix Electronics. Of course, they licensed it from the UK company, made in China. The UK company should be thanking them though, because like honestly, it's a pretty obscure brand. People wouldn't know about Onix if it wasn't for Shanling using it and licensing it. And this is what it looks like with the case on. Let's put the case on here. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's what it looks like with the case on. Yeah, still says the Onix thing at the back. Okay, cool. Let's turn it on and take a look here. So actually, this is the on button as well. So you press in the volume dial to turn it on. So I just go like this. Okay. Established in 1970. Okay, so Onix was originally established in 1979. Okay. Again, it's a kind of an obscure company. So if Shanling did not license Onix for the use of digital audio players, I doubt many people would have heard of that company. But yeah, this is the operating system, the custom operating system that the XM2 uses. Seems pretty smooth and responsive. So Tidal, you have that. Actually, I'm not actually sure if it supports other streaming services. So that's something they might add in another firmware update. But it seems for now they only support Tidal. So yeah, I'm not sure if it actually supports Spotify. So if you guys are into streaming, yeah, you better double check that. It might not support Spotify or Apple Music or Qobuz or something. It might just support Tidal. But yeah, this is the operating system here, and system setting. Yeah, we can change our language, wireless. Oops. Language, wireless setting, network service. Oh, it's actually really network service. Yeah, so we got DNLA, we got AirPlay as well, Wi-Fi file transfer. It's actually very, very responsive, almost so much so that it's a little bit too speedy sometimes. Yeah, Bluetooth sync link. What's that? But anyways, Wi-Fi Bluetooth sync link. Display setting, brightness, screen off time, lock screen, idle, sleep timer, standby shutdown, date and time, automatic time set, 24-hour. In vehicle mode, you can turn that mode on. Let's see, it's a little bit too responsive, I think, this way. I'm just trying to scroll. buttons lock on and off, screen rotation. Oh yeah, so you can rotate the screen. It doesn't do it automatically, but you can choose to rotate it if you so choose. Custom function key. Now you can choose what this key does. It can either return to the main menu, screen rotation, button lock, lock screen, gain, or favorites. I think I'll keep it at return to main menu. System update. Of course, you can either update by SD card offline, or you can use the network, and then you can format the card. So yeah, and then pressing this will bring it back to the main menu. Okay, cool. Let me put some songs in, and then yeah, we'll check it out, and I'll tell you guys my impressions of the sound quality. Okay, so I listened to the Onix XM2 for a bit and compared it to some of my other reference apps like the Low-To Poggle Touch, for example. So I'll give you guys my opinions about it. So overall, I think this is very, very good value for the money. Like this costs like, what, $400 or a little bit over $400. The chip inside of here, the 4308, is a very nice sounding DAC. You know, I don't have another reference to compare it to because this is the only DAP I know that has this chip. But it's all about the implementation anyways, right? I would say if you're familiar with the 43131, which is a very popular Cirrus Logic DAC, or the CS43198, another pretty popular Cirrus Logic DAC. If you're familiar with those, the 4308P will have like that kind of sound signature, kind of warm, neutral-ish, good detail and sound separation, note separation, everything. It's not like exactly going to be as technical as, say, like ES9039 Pro, which is what the XM5 uses, or the AK4499EX, if properly implemented. Those are the flagship AKM and ESS Sabre DACs, but I would say it's not so far off, you know? It's all about diminishing returns when it comes to audio hobby, and yeah, this is no exception. You know, like I think you get very, very good bang for the buck with this player and this DAC. Like it sounds honestly like 80%, 90% as good as my Low-To maybe. My Low-To uses a 4497. That's from a couple years back. I would say it's still the soundstage and the background, you know, lower distortion and noise. I think actually it's maybe pretty similar actually in terms of distortion, because I do think that yeah, the CS4308, I guess, the new Cirrus Logic DAC inside of this one, yeah, it competes actually fairly well with even the older flagship like the AK4497 in terms of actual background noise and distortion level and SNR and THD and stuff like that. But I do think my Low-To still has an edge when it comes to note separation and soundstage. So yeah, I think my Low-To still is a little bit ahead in that aspect, but the XM2 comes pretty close, you know, and for a $400 player, that's pretty impressive. So the DAC inside of this, the new CS4308P, it's really good. You know, for the price point, it's really good and can compete almost with the flagship DACs. Honestly, it comes pretty close. So it's all about diminishing returns, you know, in this hobby. So if you're buying this player for sound quality, I think you will not be disappointed. You just put like a flagship IEM or headphone here, like I use my Dan Clark Neura X and my Nostalgia Tesseract IEMs. Yeah, those are pretty good headphones and IEMs, I would say. The Tesseracts are like $3,000 IEMs. Neura X is around $1,000. Planar magnetic headphones. Yeah, it sounds pretty good through this thing, and this thing has a lot of power. Like I'm using the balance jack, 800 milliwatts of output. Like I have this on low setting right now, on low gain, and I turn it up to like 15 and it's already enough for my IEMs, and then turn it to about 30 for my planar magnetics, it's already enough. You know, this thing is really a pocket rocket. It has a lot of power for the size, and sounds pretty good for the size as well, you know, like, yeah, honestly, like the sound difference between this and a flagship DAP is not that much. So really, really good value, I would say, for this thing. So let's go over the UI, actually, the functions. Tidal, I don't use Tidal actually, but it's there. Again, I'm not sure if it has Spotify or Apple Music, Qobuz, etc. Those other streaming services might be added in the future firmware update, but for now you just have Tidal. Update library, yeah, so you can scan for your music from the SD card. Okay, so I go to all songs, and this will be, you know, all the songs that you scan for is all in here. Yeah, and you can do a search here as well. So actually remember your history. So I search for Sabrina Carpenter. Now if I go to artist, I can find her. Yeah, there she is. And yeah, that's all her tracks from that album. And the UI is very responsive. That's pretty impressive, because like there are different players where I don't like the UI, whether it be like budget DAPs like the Hydits AP80 Pro X, where I hated the UI. The UI was not very good to use on that one at all. That's another small player, but yeah, the UI basically sucked on the Hydits AP80 Pro X. The snow ski stuff, that UI was kind of annoying to use. And then there's even flagship DAPs where I found the UI to be unresponsive, like the Luxury and Precision E7 or the Aston Current SC300. That's an expensive DAP. The UI was very laggy on that one, or the KNN8. Yeah, like I've experienced UI that's been either laggy or unresponsive, even on much more expensive players. So the fact that this is $400 and this player has quite a responsive UI, you know, that's a good, you know, that's a good thing. So I'm pleasantly impressed by that. You can go here to list your sort order and change that if you want. If you go here, I think it'll just start playing from the top. Yeah, I'll just start playing from the top. This one will actually allow you to delete songs and favorite them. And then if you go here, this will get you to the player screen. So yeah, the player screen is pretty nice, especially on this OLED background. The blacks are truly black. So this is like Beatles, right? So I'll go here. Oops, use that. Yeah. Yeah, overall pretty responsive, I would say. You can favorite it. You can kind of change the playback setting here, whether it's for repeat or looping, shuffling. Change that. You can add it to a playlist. Let's see. I think this is like upsampling. You can upsample it if you want. You can do A/B repeat. Download the cover and lyrics. That's pretty interesting. Look up the album, look up the artist, delete the song. Some pretty cool stuff you can do there. You can look at the rest of the album here, or rest of the playlist. And yeah, you can see kind of a little bit of the details of the soundtrack here, like 44.1 kilohertz, M4A, 515 kilobytes a second, 16-bit. I can look at the lyrics if there are lyrics, and I can find out even more information about the track right here, and the encoding and stuff. There's also a VU meter screen. If you press this button here, it'll go to the VU output meter screen, which gives it kind of an interesting vintage look if you want that. I personally just prefer the album cover, but if you want to have this vintage retro VU meter look, you have that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the kind of song screen right here. And of course it'll work if you just go back. I think it uses this default Onix one if it doesn't have an album cover. Yeah, it's pretty responsive and works really well. So I'm pretty impressed with the UI. I really like it. It's very, very responsive actually. Folder, you can navigate by folder right here. Right, go on the SD card. Album, right, you can navigate by album. Oops. Yeah, like with Wind and Fire. I think let's go with yeah, Sabrina Carpenter again. I see that. Artist, of course, of all the artists there. Genres, I don't usually use genres, but you can navigate by genre here. High res, you can specifically call out only the FLAC files and high res files here, DSDs even. Favorites, right? Frequent, that's the ones that you play the most. So that's an interesting setting as well. recent. This is a recent played, so that's also worth frequent. It's pretty interesting. And recently added as well. So a few different options, right? Recently added, recent, and frequent. That's could be useful. That you don't normally see in other players. Playlist, you have custom playlists that you can add and create there. Playback setting. So here's where you can change gain. Now I have it on low gain. So this being a player with actually a lot of power, you can drive pretty much almost every headphone and IM on the market. Like even up to Sennheiser HD 800S should be fine. And your 600 ohm bare dynamic T1s should be fine, I think. Even your AUDs. Yeah, I mean 800 milliwatts is quite a lot. Yeah, it's like not the most output on the market for a digital audio player. That would be the Nepo N2 with the 2.5 watts. But in terms of like this small size, like 800 watts is actually pretty incredible. Yeah, the XM5 has even more, I believe. But yeah, I think the XM2 has plenty enough for most people. Digital filters, you can change this. This is the Cirrus Logic ones, so AKM actually has a few different ones too. But minimum phase, fast roll-off, slow roll-off, linear phase, I just leave it on default here. I can't tell too much of a difference between that. EQ, EQ is only for files below 48 kilohertz. Oh, okay. I actually did not know that. You can turn that on. And yeah, you have your 10 band EQ here, which is pretty typical. So 31 hertz all the way up to 16 kilohertz. So yeah, if you want to, your EQ settings, yeah, your basic 10 band EQs there. No parametric EQ, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Play mode, list play, repeat, shuffle, and repeat all is there. Max volume, yep, 100, put it as that. Default volume. You can change that. DSD output mode, you can change that if you want. I don't really use this too much, so USB audio output, you can choose that from volume fixed to variable. Memory playback, off track and location. Gapless, let's turn on gapless. Replay gain, off audio and album. Channel balance, you can change that as well. Of course, most digital audio players have that feature. Folder album cover, oh, we can turn that on. Okay, folder skip, you can turn that on too. Okay, and system settings. So yeah, you guys have seen this already. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you can actually go down from the top as well, kind of like Android, you can turn on Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, lock the buttons, change from low gain to high gain. You can do USB audio or USB storage. That's when you're connecting it to a PC. You can change to line out from the yeah, the output there, line out or headphone out. And playback setting, you can change, that's a little shortcut there. System settings, a little shortcut there as well. So overall, very responsive. You can also turn the brightness up and down here as well. Very responsive UI, and I'm very impressed with it. So yeah, overall, not much to complain about with the Onix Takata XM2. I think that for a small player of this size and the price point, it's very, very performant. Sounds very, very good for the price. I would say it's like really 80% to 90% as good as some of the flagship digital audio players out there, which is very, very impressive. You know, I've owned several digital audio players up there. The Aston Kern SP3000M, Luxury Precision E7, Low-2 Pod Gold Touch, you know, all these expensive digital audio players, I've owned quite a few of those. KN N7, you know, like KN N8, I've owned all these. Yeah, I would say the sound quality is really up there. It's like 80-90% of that. So it's pretty impressive for the size and the price. And the UI is very impressive as well. You know, it's not Android, and I know you cannot, well, right now you cannot use Spotify or Apple Music or Qobuz, Deezer yet. You can use Tidal, but you can't use some of those other services yet. So if you are streaming using Spotify, then unfortunately you can't do that using XM2 right now. But if you're like Tidal guy or you're offline music guy, then yeah, this is totally fine. You know, this will get you covered. And the UI is perfectly responsive, and I really do like the OLED screen as well. And overall, yeah, I'm really satisfied with the functionality of this player. So, yeah, especially considering the size and the price. So, yeah, this is really like, it really fits in the palm of your hand. It's really just like a small, cute little square, and very powerful. 800 milliwatts through the balanced, will drive almost anything. Beautiful OLED display here. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the functionality of this player. It's really nice. So, yeah, that's I would say for $400, you know, really nice player. I think The other one I was considering around the same price point and the similar size was the Hibee or Hibee RS2 with an R2R DAC inside of it. That was also around the similar size and price, but since I already had the RS6, I figured, you know, might as well try an Onix player to see how good they are, which is essentially Shanling. And yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised by how good this player is for the size and the price. So if you guys are looking for, yeah, a player around $400 that is a very nice and compact player with a lot of power, very good sound quality, that can compete, you know, with a lot of digital audio players, honestly, that are many times the price. And yeah, it's very smooth, responsive UI. Definitely check it out. I think the Onix XM2 is a really nice option. So that's pretty much it. So coming up next, I'll have a sound comparison test. I think I'll compare this with some of the other digital audio players I've tried recently, like something that's similar size, like the Snowski Echo Mini that had a CS43131 DAC inside of it, or the Koan Planu D3. Those are also pretty small digital audio players. See how they compare to this thing. And yeah, if you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think of this player, but I've been pretty impressed by it. Yeah, it's got a lot of power for the size, and UI is very nice, smooth, and responsive. Yeah, what can I say? It's a pretty great player for yeah, for what it is. So yeah, I would be recommending this player to anyone looking for a digital audio player under $500. The XM2 is one of my top recommendations now. So yeah, I think the biggest downside of this player would be the 8-hour battery life. I mean, I can't fault it too much because it is small and it is quite powerful. So I guess that's why the battery life is like that. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there who will be like, okay, you don't really need this much power in a player like this. And, you know, you would much rather have a few more hours of battery life if you can just reduce the power use a little bit. Yeah, and then there's the XM5, which you can upgrade to, which does have better battery life. That has 14 hours and slightly even more powerful than this one. Like that one has 1 watt of power. And that one is slightly bigger, although it's still fairly compact. So anyways, I'm sure Shanling made some compromises here with the battery life. But yeah, I think just a few more hours would be nice. You know, 8 hours, yeah, definitely on the shorter side. You know, that's the main criticism I would have about this player, I think, is the battery life. So, those guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Stay tuned for the sound comparison test. And as always, thanks for watching. All right, so I did manage to get my hands on the Shanling M1 Plus again, so I can tell you guys my impressions of the M1 Plus compared to the XM2 and compare them. Yeah, the XM2 is a good upgrade, I would say, for people who have the M1 Plus. They're both made by the same company, right? They're both made by Shanling. XM2 does feel like more premium. It does have a better UI. This is the M1 Plus UI. As you guys can tell, it's fairly basic. It's a custom, well, yeah, it's essentially Linux, and it's this is what it is. I mean, you have access to some streaming stuff here, but Tidal is basically it. And just like the XM2, you really only have that. So I think the song I was playing was Ariana Grande, so it does have like a recent search right there. By the way, guys, the search is kind of like this old school cell phone style search. Like if you guys have used the non-smartphone cell phones before, you might be like familiar with this interface. Remember, guys, like in the 2000s, like before people used smartphones a lot, you had this type of interface here. I'm sure you guys are used to it, right? Like if you're of a certain age. Yeah, like the numpads. You use the numpads to enter in the different, you search by this, right? So you be like, you have to type like that. And this actually does bring me back to those days where I had to do this. Yeah, and then it searched for like that. So anyways, it's got a really old school numpad style search for the text. I think they did that to conserve space, because if you have a full screen QWERTY keyboard here, I think it'll take up too much space because this device is so small. So they went with the numpad style text input. Yeah, the XM2 is a nice upgrade, I would say, for people who have the M1 Plus. So the M1 Plus is pretty good for its price. For the $200 price point, I did a video review on it, comparing it to the Sony Walkman A306. In that video, I said that the M1 Plus noticeably sounded better than the A306, and it has a ES9069Q chip inside of it. Also fairly powerful. It's 660 milliwatts off the balanced, so that's quite powerful actually. 660 milliwatts for a $200 player can drive almost almost any headphone on the market. And the XM2 is still more powerful, of course, at 800 milliwatts. But I mean, XM2 is very powerful. Shanling M1 Plus is also very powerful. Onix XM2 is it's got a little bit more power, but they're both quite powerful, I would say. So if you're looking for powerful little players, the M1 Plus is quite powerful at $200 and fairly small. XM2 is even more powerful for a similar size. I would say it's a little bit wider, but otherwise I would say they're around the same size. XM2 is just a little bit wider, I would say, but similar size. And the main differences being the XM2 has a better UI. M1 Plus has just this kind of more basic UI. Both of them are mainly geared towards offline music listening. You only have Tidal with both of them. And sound quality wise, I would say, like, the M1 Plus is already pretty good sounding for $200. Like, it's fairly detailed, and that ES9069Q chip sounds definitely like more on the neutral side. But yes, if you go back and forth between this and you have the XM2 for comparison, then you'll notice that the XM2 sounds a bit more detailed. The notes are a bit better separated, and it's got a little bit of a warm neutral type of tonality, not just pure neutral like this. It's got a little bit of a warmer tonality, and that's what you'll notice mainly. If you go back to the M1 Plus, you'll notice that the notes sound slightly more congested, but it's only like, if you're comparing DAPs, it's only noticeable if you go back and forth between them side by side, right? So for anyone who has the M1 Plus, you'll think this is a pretty good sounding DAP. But if you have XM2 side by side to compare, then yes, the XM2 will sound less congested. Notes have better separation, slightly wider soundstage, and slightly warmer tonality. And the power is a little bit more in the XM2. Even though the M1 Plus is still quite powerful with the balanced out, 660 milliwatts, the XM2 is 800 milliwatts, so it's slightly more powerful as well. So those are the small upgrade that you get with the XM2, I would say, is mainly better UI, slightly better detailed note separation, wider soundstage, warmer tonality, and slightly more power. And I would say that if those things sound good to you, then XM2 at probably double the price, you're getting an incremental upgrade. It's always about diminishing returns when it comes to audio stuff, so whether that's worth it for some of you guys, I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to audio stuff, it's always diminishing returns. Just be aware of that. But the XM2, I think, is a good upgrade for people who have a Shanling M1 Plus if you're looking for an upgrade. But yeah, Shanling M1 Plus is a good player for $200. But if you're looking for the upgrade to this player with a similar size, just a little bit wider here, then the XM2 is a good upgrade, I think, in both UI, sound quality, and power. So yeah, that's it. I'll have a sound comparison test coming up to show you guys that difference. Yeah, see if you guys can hear a difference. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Had the M1 Plus in to compare finally.
The sun is setting and you're right here by my side, and the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crashing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I have The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna
get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find there. Another road where maybe I could see another side there. Ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find there. Another road where maybe I could see another side there. Ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find there. Another road where maybe I could see another side there. Ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find there. Another road where maybe I could see another side there. Ooh, and then I suddenly see you. Ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life.